My name's Ollie Firrell. It's a pleasure to be here. I haven't done any comedy for a little while. My ex-girlfriend always hated me doing stand-up comedy, but luckily she died. So, I had a bit of a tough time getting here today. I got stuck behind a people carrier for God knows how long. I was coming up Selly, and all the traffic lights in a row went red for me. And just as I was pulling in to the tiniest little space outside the pub, I was gang raped. So it's pretty shit time for me so far. And before I can continue, according to new government legislation, I've actually got to make you aware of a couple of things. That while stand-up comedy can be a very fun and enjoyable experience for everyone, it can also be incredibly dangerous, which is why I have to read out the following safety announcements. So if you'll all bear with me, I'm sorry, this just needs to be done. Number one, should a fire break out, the alarm will sound and women and children will be gathered. To tackle the blaze, get the legs to the rear. Number two, any pregnant women in the audience need to be aware this is a pub, there's going to be drinks served, there's going to be comedy going on, so you will need to be able to provide the proper proof of ID that your baby is over 18. Safety gloves provided underneath the seats for all clapping purposes. If anyone does have a nut allergy, please be aware there is a drunk tramp that wanders around this pub force-feeding almonds, so please I have just got to make you aware that halfway through my jokes I've got some strobes set up to go off. Literally nothing to do with what I'm saying. I've just got a couple of epileptic friends in the audience that owe me money. And finally, in the very unlikely event that it is suspected a terrorist is in the building, you will receive the following coded warning. Unpleasantness out of the way. My name's Ollie Firrell. Pleasure to be here. You can probably tell by my broad accent that I'm actually Welsh. So, yeah, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, okay, we're a Welsh boy. Well, stop with your stereotype, because that was a goat. Alright? No. There's a variety of farm animals. We get pigs, cows, children, it's all sorts of things. I am actually Welsh, majority shareholder Welsh, but I'm from the southeast, which is where we invented farms, casual racism, and British Reserve. If you've ever been at a train station, overhearing a conversation, where's platform 9? Oh god, I can't find platform 9, shit, we're going to miss our train. You know where platform 9 is because you're going there, and there's not a single fucking chance in hell you're going to tell that couple over there. And it's the same reason that if you're offered a cup of tea, consecutively after two people have already been offered a cup of tea and declined, you are now morally obligated to also decline that, regardless of how thirsty you are. I was at the doctor's recently for my first sort of ball cupping, coughing type experience. For those of you who don't know what that is, if you can have a doctor grab hold of your nuts and cough, and they bounce at a sufficient level, then you are in a clean bill of testicular health. And so there I am, trousers down, pants down, balls cupped, coughing away, surrounded by judging eyes. That's when the nurse turned to me and she said, Ollie Firrell, would you like to come through? They didn't make it clear. Nobody makes things clear anymore. Nobody makes things clear in this country. I wasn't even aware it was Christmas until somebody mentioned that, apparently Christmas is coming. There are no obvious warnings. Has anyone seen the German market? Up the top, beautiful example of the Birmingham Christmas time. And I was up there enjoying the lights, the sounds, the mulled wine smell. And my attention was drawn to this gentleman sat in a closed shop doorway and had wrapped in a blanket. He wasn't even begging, he was just sat there. And I went over to him and he looked at me with an informed yet bewildered stare, and I'll never forget, he turned to me and he said, So I stabbed him, ladies and gentlemen. Literally forgot what I was going to say. Andrew, what comes after the cough balls? Walnuts. Ah, yes, thank you. Sorry. Christmas, yeah, I was just linking the jokes here, up. Christmas, I think, is just a weird excuse for supermarkets to sell things they wouldn't usually sell. I was in the supermarket the other day, Sainsbury's I think it was, and I bought a packet of walnuts, and I thought, no other time of the year would that be acceptable other than Christmas. And it wasn't until I actually got it home, and I read the side of the packet, and it said, "Why not try tossing over your favourite breakfast cereal?" And I thought, well, I've never taken advice from food before, and I'm not going to start now. So I can think of a couple of fucking reasons. For one, my cereal of choice is proud sponsors of the Paralympics. So the imagery there just does not match up. My housemate's currently eating the last bowl, so he might be a bit confused by the whole side effects of that. I went to a cookery book signing. My mum's a big Jamie Oliver fan, so I took her along. The queue for Jamie Oliver was absolutely gargantuan. So we queued up in the slightly smaller queue, and it turned out that we waited 2.5 hours to have Gordon Ramsay tell us to go fuck ourselves. Which was interesting. Statistics are in. Middle-aged women are saying 40 is the new 20. And if that's true, then I'm fucking a 12-year-old. My friend's pet shop was robbed last night. They have no leads. That's like, somebody asked me the other day, "Is your door ajar?" And I said, "No, it's a door." I did something a bit controversial last night. I had pasta with nothing on. Luckily, no one saw. If spooning leads to forking, then why is it such a problem when forking leads to knifing? The court didn't laugh. Go on. I genuinely think it takes real nuts to be a ladyboy. I'm sorry. I've been playing a new game recently called Angry Birds. Anyone with me on that, Angry Birds? You might not be though, because my version is approaching large groups of women on nights out and shouting, "Slaves!" Angry Birds. We've got any students? I'm assuming there's plenty of students at least. Plenty of students? We've got some students in it?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank God. Students. So we've got maybe, we're counting one hand, like 5 students in. Have we got any real students though? That's what I'm wondering. Have we got anyone that has found themselves recently, or at least once, surrounded by Red Bull cans, staring at the 2,000 meaningless words I've just spent the last 21 hours writing? In one hand, a stolen fork from the draining board. In the lap, a colander full of super noodles. And in the other hand, a pint of 21p Tesco's own orange squash that you don't even like. Staring at the ceiling, at the wall, at the floor, thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm Ollie Firrell. Thank you very much indeed for